qualifications. My name is Anna McGorman, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies for this evening. And I have not only the great pleasure of hosting all of you, but talking to this amazing team of bakers that we have assembled. Want to send a sincere thank you to the event co-chairs, Jeff Park and Steve Lanza, for putting this together on behalf of the Teak Next Generation Board. Just a little bit about me. I'm a professional pastry chef. I've spent the last 18 years hanging out in the hospitality industry, and I'm currently the Director of Culinary Operations for Milk Bar. I'm really excited to be here with everyone, and I just want to, I'll give you all of my Mary Berry vibes and best, and we're gonna just really launch into it. We have 5 incredible contestants battling it out to win the title of the Great Teak Baker. And before we meet the bakers, I just want to give you a little bit about the Teak Fellowship and the really meaningful work that they're doing to help smart, well-deserving NYC kids grant access to top high schools and colleges in the country. We're all here tonight to have some fun, but also to raise some money and maybe a little dough for a great cause. So let's watch this short video about Teak and get it going. Amazing. I really get jazzed every time I watch that video. It makes me very excited. And now as we get started, just make sure that you're in gallery view so that you can see all of the contestants' beautiful faces. And now we're going to take a second to meet our bakers. We have Katie Lake-Husset. Everybody wave as you are announced. Yes, Katie. Katie is representing the Teak Mentors tonight. We have Lauren Lampin, who is also a Teak mentor and on the Next Generation board. Steve Lanza is also on the Next Gen board and is one of the amazing co-chairs this evening. We have Rebecca Orrell, who's up at the top, yes, and she is an amazing Teak supporter. And last but certainly not least, we have Yasmin Vera, and she is a Teak alumna. Welcome to all of you, and thank you so much for taking the time and getting your hands deep in the flour and sugar with us tonight. So we're really excited to share all of these culinary delights. And here's just a little background about how this is gonna go down. we have provided a basic donut recipe to each of these bakers, and we went with a little yeasted donut. So because we put that in there, the bakers have made their dough in preparation of the bake-off. What you're gonna see now is the baking masters at work, making their creations using that dough, and then also utilizing some special ingredients from their own pantry. In addition to that, we also had some people vote, everybody voted on a special ingredient to include. And that special ingredient was cookies. And I am very excited to see how everybody is going to incorporate a cookie into their donut, because if we're not here to put a million cookies into donuts, I do not know why we are here. So, bakers, you got 45 minutes. Let's get going. Here we go. It's on. As the bakers are working, we're going to learn a little bit about each of them and some of the great work that they're doing and who they are. And, I'll check in individually with them. But the first one that we're going to talk to is Lauren, the amazing Lauren, one of the mentors and Next Generation board members. Lauren is also a Junior Olympic alpine skier, which I could not be more impressed with, because I watched that and I have nothing but deep fear. So you are crushing it on every level. I wanted to ask you a couple questions, and the first is, what's your favorite thing about being a mentor?
I have really enjoyed getting to know Elizabeth, my mentee, and her family. They live out in Coney Island, and I've had the opportunity to go visit them, which is so fun. And going to their house, cooking with their family, eating their Eastern European food that they made for me, and just like getting to know them better. And Elizabeth and I also really enjoy doing the same thing. So we love doing like activities, fun activities. So we do Spyscape, we do arcades, kind of like more games, a lot of games that we play together. So just like enjoying the same activities, getting to know each other has been really awesome.
That's awesome. And don't tempt me with a good time, because you get me in an arcade and you give me about $5 in quarters. It's pretty aggressive in there. Well, tell us a little bit about the special pantry ingredients that you're using and what kind of cookie that you went with.
Okay, so I went with a classic Oreo as one of my ingredients. I'm going to be featuring the Oreo in a couple of different ways that I'm pretty excited about. And then the other pantry items that I've selected, I will preview for you, but not give it away. But I have some melting chocolate. I have some Werther's caramels, and I have some toasted coconuts. So those are going to come together for what I hope is a very delicious cookie-inspired donut.
Wow. I am really excited. I mean, do you bake a lot? Like, is your... No? No? So, I'm
very determined.
You already sound like you're crushing. So.
Yeah, I'm very determined. I've practiced a lot. I surveyed my friends to see what they thought would be interesting, and I'm just like giving it my best effort.
Taste testing is a very important part of the process. Yeah. So I'm very excited. I don't want to distract you too long.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna go fry some donuts.
Get your donut game going.
All right.
Thank you. So before we get into with our next baker, we have a pretty special commercial break, and it's one of the youngest Teak fellows, Nabiha, who's going to teach us a little something.
Hi, my name is Nabiha Rahim from class 23, and today we will learn how to play some chords on the guitar. First, I will teach you what the strings are, what frets are, and then we will learn the G chord, the E minor chord, and the E major chord. So let's get started. The string on the bottom, right here, is string 1, and it makes the highest note. Next, we have string 2. String 3, string 4, string 5, and string 6, which is the lowest note and is on the top. Next, let's learn what frets are. See these lines on the guitar? These these lines represent frets. So this is fret 1, fret 2, fret 3, and so on. Now let's learn what chords are. So each chord is composed of a few notes. First, we're going to learn the G chord. So the first note is right here. You're going to take your index finger, put it on fret 2, which is right here, and then you're going to put it on string 5. Okay, string 5, fret 2. Next, you're going to take your middle finger, put it on the 3rd fret, right here. This is the 3rd fret. Then you're just going to put your middle finger on the top string. So far we have an index finger here and middle finger right here. Lastly, you're going to take your ring finger, put it on the 3rd fret, but on the bottom string. So it's going to look like this. Now you're just going to strum. So that's the G chord. Next, we have the E minor chord. So you're going to take your index finger, put it in the same place where we did for the G chord. Fret 2 and string 5. Next, you're going to take your middle finger and put it on the string right beneath your index finger, which is string 4. So it's going to look like this. Index finger here and ring finger and middle finger right there. Now you're just going to strum. That's the E minor chord. And finally, we're going to learn the E major chord. So you're going to take your index finger, put it on the 1st fret, and you're going to put it on string 4, right here. Next, you're going to take your middle finger, put it on fret 2, string 5, and then ring finger right beneath your middle finger. So you can see on the E major chord, your middle finger and ring finger are in the same place, but the index finger just moved to the 1st fret, okay? Now we're going to strum. That is E major. So now we learned the G chord, the E minor chord, and the E major chord. And let's hear the chords again. G chord, E minor chord, and E major chord. Thanks for watching. Stay safe.
The next video that we are going to begin with is Yasmin Vera, who is a Teak from class 6 and is a known polyglot because she also speaks 3 languages. Miss Yasmin, I know everybody has been super hunkered down recently, but
yes,
I'd love to know, where would you love to go whenever things start to open up? You got any travel plans? What are you thinking about?
I'm really leaning towards Brazil and Philippines. I haven't been yet, and I love to travel for food, so I feel like those are 2 good places to go.
I have never been, and can I come? I mean, that's really...
Yes, let's go.
Either or, you let me know which one, I book a trip. That's
we'll
amazing.
Do back to back.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, once you're on the plane, it doesn't really matter.
What's time anyway?
Well, give us a little bit of your favorite memory of being a fellow, if you would be so kind.
Yes, I definitely have to say the Summer Institute. For the first 2 years during my time, I'm from class 6. First 2 years, we would spend the summer together for our entire class, as well as a class above us or below us, depending on which year. And it was kind of this intense period where we were just learning about new things. We'd go on trips every weekend, and it was a really great time to bond with my class because we're going to spend the next 7 years together.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't trade that time for the world. It was great.
I love that.
I know this year they're doing it remotely, so it'll be a little bit different, but I'm still glad they're going to have the experience.
Team building comes in all forms, so I'm sure, hopefully, if it isn't today, maybe tomorrow.
Yep.
You want to give us a little bit of a behind the scenes on what your special ingredients are and what cooking you were inspired by?
Yes, I decided to go with 2 cookies. So my family's from Puerto Rico, and my mom was stuck there for about 4 months due to quarantine. And she brought me back these mantecaditos, which are like sandy cookies. They're like buttery, kind of like sandies, but a little more buttery. And they're called mantecaditos, which means little ice creams. So they taste really vanilla-y. So I'm going to try to use that in a bunch of ways, as well as some shortbread cookies.
I mean, you could have stopped at buttery and I would have been on board.
Butter.
But you just you're just adding on to it. So I'm very excited to see how those are utilized. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. We are going to see another quick commercial break from another extremely talented fellow, Jonathan, who's gonna teach us a little something.
What's going on, guys? It's Jonathan from class 20. So for my masterclass video, I'm going to be doing the moonwalk. A bit of a breakdown tutorial, so just hopping right into it. What you're going to do is, first I recommend socks, like a slippery surface, because trying to do this on like a more sticky surface is nigh impossible. So what you're going to do is, you're just going to start by facing forward, both legs down. You're going to pop your right knee up, or I do the right knee, you can also do the left, but it'd just be mirrored. So break this down. The opposite leg from the knee that you're popping is going to slide back. And you're just going to keep the bottom of your foot just planted on the ground, just trying to slide back again with that slippery surface. You're going to slide back. And then once you slide it back enough, then you're going to switch. So you're going to pop this knee and you're going to straighten this leg. And now the rules are going to be reversed. So instead of doing it here and slide back, now we're going to do it on the other way. So you're going to slide the next one back and pop. And just keep doing it. So that's the breakdown of the feet. So a bit faster, it works something like this. You can slide it back like a bit more, but I would recommend doing it a bit longer. Try to get that extra fluidity. Just make sure to keep your chest straight, because then it will look like you're almost sinking into the floor. So keeping it straight, just almost looking forward, just straight. So that's the foot breakdown. Next is more of like adding that extra fluidity to it. You're going to be popping your shoulders. So when you slide one back, you're going to roll your shoulder back. Same way, you just roll your regular shoulders. And you're going to roll, roll, keep going. So it looks like this. And from there, you're also going to add that more arching your upper body towards it. So now you're going to put your head forward and back. So when you put that, back. So it'll be every other beat for the head. So I'm breaking it down one more time slowly, all of it together. One back. Remember popping that left knee, not all the way though. Don't do it like this, but also don't overextend. Try to find that nice balance. You're not arching forward or backwards. Slide back, roll the back shoulder. Second beat, you switch knees, roll the other shoulder back. Now you're gonna put the head forward. And then switch again, roll this shoulder, put the head back, switch, roll the other shoulder, put the head back. So now faster together now. All right, that's about it. Thank you guys for joining me, and good luck.
Well, we are going to meet our next baker, and that is Mr. Steve Lanza, who is a co-chair of this event. It's
hey guys.
And Steve, you're a member of the Next Gen board, but you know, also have a big goal where apparently you're trying to golf at the top 100 golf courses in America. Is that true?
Well, that was until this afternoon, Anna. My life goal now is to be one of the best bakers in the world. This is just an overwhelming opportunity, and I really am inspired and passionate about my time in the kitchen. It's hopefully as delicious as it possibly can be, but I'm really excited, and that's my new passion, baking.
I love that. Will you tell us a little bit about how you got involved with Teak?
Yeah, so it was through work. I was introduced to, I'm a partner at PwC, and we have a wonderful history supporting Teak as a firm. It's about 7-8 years ago. I got introduced through them, and have just education is very important in our family. And given Teak's and the fellow's goal, like it just was a natural fit. So it's been fantastic. I'd love to do more and more every year.
Amazing. And give us a little peek at your pantry ingredients, your cooking game.
So
you think you got going on?
Chris and I are here. We're gonna fry the donuts, but we want to make desserts for all in our household. So Tilly the dog is also here with us. So our extra ingredients are peanut butter and oats. So if you add those two ingredients to the ingredients list that we had from the base recipe, we're gonna make some dog-friendly donuts in addition to the ones we're frying. So hopefully he enjoys those. And then for the last special ingredient, we're actually going to use some Biscoff cookies. We haven't gotten on a plane in a very long time in Flight Delta. We have missed that, particularly the snacks that they give you as they're coming through the aisle. So we grab some of those Lotus Biscoff cookies, and we're going to put those into our glaze.
Let's take also a little quick look at our fundraising leaderboard. And Steve Lanza is currently in the lead at $2,935. I wish I had some sort of large air horn that I could use to express how wonderful it is. And each of the bakers have done an absolutely incredible job fundraising on their behalf. So huge shout out to each of you for taking the time and energy to do that. The next baker we're gonna hang out with for a second is Rebecca Orell. Rebecca is a fantastic Teak supporter, and she actually started baking in law school during her study breaks and never stopped. That's right?
Yes. So yeah, I heard about Teak from my brilliant friend and former colleague, Lizette Duran. Hey, girl, I think she is on today. She's amazing. This organization's fantastic, and I am thrilled to be able to be here to support it and also bake at the same time. That's right. I'm really excited.
Combining the two loves, what could go wrong? What could be bad? Well, tell us, what's your favorite dessert though? What's something that really gets you jazzed?
Sour cherry pie.
Wow.
My favorite. Sour cherries are in season for like 5 minutes at a time in the summer, and so I'll go and get multiple pounds and keep them in the freezer. So good.
I respect that game a lot, and yeah, one of my friends always say you put out a bowl of pitted cherries at a party and people go nuts. So anything in cherry season, you and I are right on the same page. Tell us a little bit about the ingredients that you're using from your pantry and also about your cookie.
Sure. So the cookies that I am using are these miniature brown butter chocolate chip cookies that I make at home. They are a mini version of my husband's favorite cookies, which he made for me on our second date and brought to the bar. Awesome.
Wow. I see why you hired him, because that's an extremely strong move.
It's so good. So I'm going to be using those in a couple of different iterations. And then my pantry ingredients, I had some cocoa that I've added to my glaze.
Amazing.
And I have, this is in the fridge, so I don't want to take it out yet, but I have a type of pastry cream called a creme diplomat, a vanilla creme diplomat, to go inside of the donuts. I'm very excited about that.
Wow. You just told me that you didn't come to play. That's what I got from what you just told me, because that was serious right there. Well, thank you so much, Rebecca, and I'm so glad we got to hear from you, because that's really amazing, and it's awesome to have a Teak supporter in the bake crew. All right, next thing we're gonna see is an absolutely unbelievable masterclass from Michaela.
Hi everybody, my name is Michaela Mertens, and I'll be teaching you how to do 3, yes, 1, 2, 3 different ballet moves. The first one is a pirouette, the second one is a frappe, and the third one is a combination of a dégagé devant and a dégagé en l'air. So, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is a pirouette. Now, some people do the pirouette wrong, and they think it's funny. They do it like this. The right way is like this. First, you put your right foot in faster. Front, back. And there you have it. 1, 2, 3 things. The pirouette, the frappe, and the dégagé devant combined with the dégagé en l'air. I hope you learned a lot. Bye!
Oh, I'll calm down. The last baker that we are going to speak to is the amazing Katie Lecousset. Katie is a mentor. Hi. And Katie, I heard that you sang in a choir for 10 years all through school.
All through school. I went to Catholic school my whole life, and I was in choir from like, I don't know, 2nd grade to senior year of high school, something crazy like that. It was fun.
Do you sing a lot now? Do you do karaoke?
I love karaoke. When I'm from Miami, so when I used to have a car and drive around a lot, before I moved to New York, I used to have serious jam sessions by myself. Now the jam sessions kind of happen in my house when I'm by myself, which is kind of never during COVID, but you know, whatever, whenever I can.
What's your go-to song?
Ooh, I like to sing a lot of Gwen Stefani when I do karaoke. That's a fun one. Gets everybody kind of like pumped in. Yeah, it's just fun.
It gets everybody hyped, and that's really karaoke. It's like, you know, I think people get stuck on, oh, I can't really sing, or I'm not really sure.
It's just about having fun.
And vibe, and that's awesome.
For sure. Yep, absolutely.
So, will you tell us a little bit about a fun outing that you and your mentee have gone on?
Yeah, so our last one actually before all of our COVID shutdown, we went on a sushi date with one of her really good friends and another mentor. And it was awesome because I've been eating sushi for a long time, but I guess she doesn't eat sushi that often. So I was like showing her how to use chopsticks, and like we were just having some fun girl time. It was really cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about the special ingredients that you have and a little bit about your cookie.
Okay, so there's a friend of mine asked me to incorporate a little Miami flavor into my donut, and I think I did that. There's a ice cream shop in Miami that does a flavor of ice cream with a little cream cheese in it. In the base, some Maria cookies, which are like childhood cookies to me, and some guava paste, kind of like all mixed up together. Yes. So I have cream cheese icing on these guys already. And then these are crunched up Maria cookies, and let's see if I can get this guava paste to kind of be a little more jellyish so I can spread it over, but it'll be a riff on that ice cream flavor.
Oh my gosh, wow, I love that guava paste edition. That's amazing.
Yeah, a little home in New York City.
If anybody who is watching right now needs to take a 1.5 minute, quickly go get a snack break, I feel very concerned that everybody is going to watch each of these bakers eat their donuts and then be insanely jealous and not have any sweet snacks. So if you need to get that little treat in, by all means, get that little treat. Also, you know, there's always a good time for a little cookie snack. I hope everybody has cookies at home. It's a critical shopping element in my house. I want to give everybody enough time to describe their beautiful babies before everybody gets to the voting section. So, Katie, do you want to tell us your final description, if it has a name, and anything else you want us to know about your wonderful donut creation?
The ice cream flavor I was talking about is called Abuela Maria. Basically, it's cream cheese frosting drizzled over with a little guava glaze. I don't know if you can see it because of the color combination. And then Abuela Maria cookies crumbled on top, or Maria cookies crumbled on top, which is like a prime staple in any Hispanic household, especially growing up.
Heck yes. Are you gonna take a bite? Can we get a taste test?
Yeah, for sure.
I know it's gonna be good. Everything you just said is amazing, and I know it's going to be good, but I just want to see. I want to see your response. Yes, okay, great, okay. You're like, can confirm. It's amazing. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, the Abuela Maria donut from Katie, looking absolutely incredible, and like 4 bonus points for adding guava because that is just a super underutilized and very delicious ingredient.
Totally. Totally.
Lauren, are you ready to present your final product?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Okay. First, Clark, will you please take the camera so that everyone can see it from the top down? Thank you. Can you see it okay?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna bring him up to the camera, actually.
Yes,
So
do it.
this is just my glaze with crumpled Oreo. This is my Oreo glaze.
Oh my God.
And this is like the piece de resistance, which is my Samoa Girl Scout cookie that has chocolate bottom, caramel, toasted coconut, and drizzled chocolate. So I have 2 of each. And let me just take a bite into this Samoa for everyone.
Yeah, you gotta get the Samoa one in there.
Okay, the thing about the Samoa is like it's a little bit of a looker, but a little bit of a tooth breaker too. So let me just go easy on it. But
Oh, yeah.
Really, really good.
Oh my God.
Really
Playing with the flavor is, and the flavors and the texture combination, I see what you did there.
The
And
texture, the
I
flavor,
mean,
it's taking me back to both childhood, but also like every season when we stock up on a lot of Girl Scout cookies, we eat them frozen from the freezer. And let me just take a quick bite of this Oreo one for you.
I would never stop you from sampling another donut, please.
That's my open face Oreo with chocolate cookie bottom, glaze, and the crumpled Oreo on top. And this is just like phenomenal, I have to say. Phenomenal.
I mean, cookies and cream,
It's like
one of the best
cream.
flavor combinations, and it looks absolutely incredible. Can you ship me some directly to my home, please?
I have plenty of extras, so please vote for me. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Lauren. All right, Yasmin, let's do it.
So I decided to go with a combo of like matcha, chocolate, and apricots. So I kind of like played around with those 3 flavors. So for the shortbread and mantecaditos, I made a cookie butter, which I put inside of each one. For these, I made the cookie butter chocolate version. This one, I put half apricot jam, half cookie butter, and then a matcha glaze on top. I tried to play with some gold foil, but didn't really work out, only for some of them. And then for these, I crumbled up the shortbread, added some sugar and some cocoa powder, and then just sugared them. This one chocolate version, this one matcha. So I think those are all my combos.
Oh my goodness. That is amazing. And I'm loving the use of fruit in these donuts. Apricot is one of my favorite things. So I am very excited. Which one are you going to try?
I think I'm going to go for the chocolate.
Oof. Wow.
Unless
Sarah in the comment section said my mouth is watering. And Sarah, I agree with you because I am salivating pretty aggressively right now.
It's good. I added some salt to it so the chocolate has a little bit of dimension. There's espresso powder in there. You see the inside.
Zoom in. Zoom in.
Some salt in top.
Yes, I'm so impressed. Everybody really, really nailed it. All right, all right. Rebecca, are you ready to reveal your beautiful creation for the world?
Yes. Hi. Oh, I thought it was on mute. Perfect. Okay. So we have got these, which I have named. I'm gonna bring one close to. I'm trying not to drip on my laptop. Bring one close to the camera, but I did plate 4. So this is the Cookie Monster. So the inside has the pastry cream that I was talking about. And for anyone who doesn't know, which was me like a week ago, Creme Diplomat is a pastry cream where you fold whipped cream into the base to really lighten it up. This has vanilla in it. I wanted to go for a cookies and milk feel. So it's filled with this vanilla, like light, like delicious cream. And then the top is this chocolate glaze. I added cocoa to the glaze recipe. There's crushed cookies sprinkled on top, a little extra diplomat cream, and then it's topped with a tiny homemade chocolate chip cookie.
I am speechless because I want to eat this with every fiber of my being. So kudos for that, because I have eaten a lot of cookies and I've had a lot of milk, but I really want to vibe with that. That sounds so good. Wow.
Can I try it?
Yeah, please. I'd love to get a reaction.
Oh my God, you guys, it's so good. You guys, it's so good.
I'm so thrilled that no one has been into a donut and been like, it's fine. All right, Mr. Steve Lanza, you're going to give us the final donut contestant in the Great Teak Bake Off.
Yeah, so we've got 2 donuts here. It's the standard recipe. I tried one a second ago. They're delicious. We're going to try one again, but we put the Biscoff in the show. We put like the Biscoff in the glaze just to get that airplane feel, that Delta feel. So we'll try that one.
Those look amazing.
It's really good. Like, it's not burnt. It's not like, just like the fact that this is just like a donut. But
It's delicious. The interior looks perfect.
Yeah,
Dude, that's so impressive.
The first time I made donuts, I ruined them. Like, I cannot get over how amazing all of the donuts are.
So
my goodness.
So then we added some oatmeal, we got a little Greek yogurt, a little flour, a little egg, and then there's no yeast in this one, so we baked these, and they turn into a dog treat with little bacon bits on them. So let's see what the dog thinks.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh my God.
He likes it. He likes it.
Okay, you're really combining my 2 favorite things right now, Steve, with dogs and baking, and I feel like you're really trying to get my heartstrings going.
We didn't burn the house. I didn't burn the house down, so I'm happy.
You did a phenomenal job. Wow.
Thanks, guys.
Everybody has done such an amazing job, not only bringing their culinary game, but also their creativity game. And I think it proves just how powerful and strong the Teak family is. So thank you so much for all of your dedication here. Big vibes here. It's the viewers' time now to vote for your favorite donut. Who is going to be the Great Teak Baker? You're gonna have 2 minutes to vote, and we're gonna figure out who the winner is here. I mean, really, everyone's a winner. Just to be clear, there are no non-winners. There's just gonna be someone who wears a little bit of a crown. But everybody making delicious donuts has already crushed it. Everybody, you're gonna get 2 minutes to vote. So while you get your vote game on, we're gonna watch this short video from John Green, who is Teak's executive director.
Good evening. My name is John Green. I'm the executive director of the Teak Fellowship. And on behalf of the entire Teak Fellowship, I'd like to take a moment to thank a number of people for their sponsorship of the Great Bake Off here this evening. I'd like to start with our Next Generation Board, who's been supportive of our organization for many years now. And in this particular year, an unprecedented year indeed, Jeff Park and Steve Lanza as co-event chairs and their colleagues have secured a number of wonderful items for our auction here this evening. I also want to thank our MC, Director of Operations at Milk, Anna McGorman, Yasmin Vera, for all her graphics and the website, Lauren Lampin, Katie, and Rebecca for their baking expertise and sharing their talents with us here this evening. It should be a lot of fun. I've been looking forward to it for weeks.
So we're just tabulating our final results, and I feel like I need I need some sort of large drum roll, but we have a winner, and that winner of the Great Teak Bake Off is Lauren Lemon! Yay!
Thank you so much for voting for me.
Yes, Lauren! I mean, I have to say, it was very close. Everybody absolutely crushed. It was because everybody recognized the talent of each one of our bakers and is very excited. But you know, I think maybe it was that little coconut sprinkle that really just sent it over the moon. So congratulations, Lauren.
Thanks so much. This was so fun. I really enjoyed it. I loved learning how to make donuts. I think I'm going to become a baker, and I'm just really excited to have been able to participate. So thank you.
Oh my gosh. You anybody wants to come hang out at Milk Bar's Bakery, you come hang out. You give me a call. We gonna hang. I really want to thank everybody for tuning in. There's obviously still time to bid on the auction items. You know, I mentioned it ends on July 1st, so go out there and get inspired and find some special items that you want to get down on. Thank you again to the co-chairs of the event, Jeff and Steve, who put this all together. And I really just appreciate everyone's time and hope everybody has a great night.